Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer on the Rebel Stakes undercard. We've got the Grade 2 Azeri, race number 9 at Oaklawn Park on Saturday. Our preview presented by DRF Bets. Sign up for a new DRF Bets account, access a $150 bonus. All you got to do is go to drf.com/join, use the promo code TV150. Let's take a look at this field of fillies and mares. It's the local prep for the prestigious Grade 1 Apple Blossom. If Unique Bella shows up for the Apple Blossom, maybe these fillies and mares might not be that excited. But as we take a look at the field, it looks like a good betting race. The one Actress is your tepid morning line favorite, Mike, at 3-1. She, like several others in this race, comes out of the Houston Ladies Classic, and there was a lot going on in that race.
Yeah, it was a very interesting race. She didn't win that day, and I think if you go back and go through that replay, you're not going to really find any real excuse for her in that race. She got a clean trip on the outside. Outside was where you wanted to be that day. She looked like she got to a short lead in the stretch, and she just got closed down at the end. Still, even with that race in her running lines, I'm sort of buying her as the morning line favorite in here. I mean, I think she's a pretty good horse. I like the way that she improved as a 3-year-old. And, I know she didn't get it done last time, but I'm not going to really be too hard on her for that one. I think she is the horse to beat here.
Yeah, I think she earned favoritism by virtue of the win in the Comely 2 starts back. And I know it was only against 3-year-old fillies, but she showed a new dimension with the addition of blinkers, and she just blasted that field turning into the stretch. She's got races. She does have that tactical gear if they don't go very fast early, which makes me want to see what they're going to do with the Timeform US Pace Projector. Now, we've got 2 speeds in this race. The 2 Farrell, but the real speed's the 3 Terra Promessa. And let's talk about Terra Promessa, because throughout her career, she has done some great work at Oaklawn Park. She does have 2 races this year that are slow. Can you make the excuse? One, well, it was her first start of a long layoff in the Pippin, and she kind of was chasing Farrell. She needed the race. And last time she improved, it was a sloppy track. Maybe she didn't like it. I'm a little concerned, though, that she hasn't got back to those fast races.
No, I am too. I'm a little concerned that she hasn't run fast yet this year, but, I hear the excuses that you're sort of laying out for her. And also, if she was mine, Dan, there would be no fooling around in this race.
Gotta go.
I would just send her to the lead, and I don't care how fast she has to go. If Farrell's looking for the front, I would just try and outrun her to the lead. Because I think if the more you go through Terra Promessa's past performances, the more you start to realize her only really good races are when they put her right on the lead. Of course, you have that race in this race last year, the Azeri last year, where she got that crazy bad ride from Ired, where she made the front, but they didn't want to. You rate her in behind horses, and it totally blew up in his face. This horse has to be on the lead. I actually think she's pretty dangerous in here if they send her. I don't know if they're going to send her, but I think if they do send her, she's a dangerous horse in here.
She finished second in the Bayakoa, the beaten favorite in the Bayakoa. The number 2 Farrell simply had an excuse. From start to finish, you could tell that she was not handling the racetrack. And in her last 2 races on sloppy tracks, she has been beaten a combined 97 lengths and change. Draw a line through that race. That being said, in the Pippin, she was catching Terra Promessa off a layoff. She did get to the lead over Terra Promessa, and she was game. Only an 87 top buyer. These Oaklawn fillies and mares, they're talented, they're good, but they're also slow this year.
Yeah, they are. This is, Farrell, I like her as a horse, but I think it's pretty clear when you start looking at her on paper, especially against a field like this one. She's a little slow on the way in, and I don't even really feel like she can make the lead in this race with Terra Promessa, because I think Terra Promessa is going to probably go in here.
I'm a huge fan of the defending champion in this race, the number 6 Streamline. She won the Bayakoa last time out. She kind of got a really nice in-out trip when there was some pace over a wet track that she had no problem with. But again, just slow races this year, 82, 85, and that's the norm for her. She only has 1 90-plus buyer speed figure in her career, and with horses like Actress and Blue Prize and Martini Glass and some others, they regularly run in the 90s.
Yeah, they regularly run races that are just faster than what she's capable of. She ran fine last time, really good trip from off the pace, last to first, and she got it done, but she has to run better than that to win this race.
Let's talk about the winner of the Ladies Classic. That was Tiger Moth. She beat 3 of these rivals. She was 17-1. We thought Outside was the best, and she came widest and fastest.
Yeah, I liked the ride that she got there. They just sort of took her back to last at the start of that race. She came down the outside. I almost feel like when you watch the race for Lingerie, was probably like, we'll take her back, we'll take our chance to see what we can get in the stretch in this race. And as it turns out, they got everything. She came with the best finish, and she got up. I want to see her do it again, Dan. I'm not, wildly against her. I think she's going to be another good price in this race. I'm not going to talk anybody off her if they liked her last race, but I want to see her do it again.
Martini Glass, the 7, was down on the rail. Had to alter down there in the very late stages in the Houston Ladies Classic, and maybe that took away some of her punch, and that kind of put her out as an interesting price play in the Grade 3 Royal Delta against a few over-the-top horses, and it paid off at 8-1. Was that the time to have her?
I think it was, but on the other hand, you start looking at her PPs, the work that Keith Nations has done with her, going all the way back to last March, a year ago at Tampa, where she won 3 races in a row. And it's just gotten better for her from there. I mean, one good race after another. And listen, she was a good price last time, and based off the trip in the Houston Ladies Classic, that would have been a good time to bet her. But she ran well again in that race. She was much the best in there. This horse is in great form right now.
Is it as simple as this? The layoff is obviously not ideal for the 8 Blue Prize, but Tiger Moth just beat a few of these at Houston. The last 2 times Blue Prize faced Tiger Moth on fast ground. Blue Prize dusted her, including a big win in the Grade 2 Fall City Handicap with a big figure. Is Blue Prize all of a sudden one of the ones to beat?
You could look at her that way, I suppose. I didn't really know what to do with her, if only because I didn't really like her that much last year. She had all these races where, listen, she ran fine in some of them, but it was hard to find excuses for her not to be winning at least some of them. Maybe she just put it all together last time, and that's all you need to know about her. She ran a fast race. She won easily by the length of the stretch in there. It was also a race where, she sat right up on the pace with a horse who didn't run at all. Money's on Charlotte, who finished last in that race, was the pace setter. And once she took over from her, that race was basically over. She's another horse off the layoff against these horses. I kind of want to see her do it again, but she looks like she's pretty good.
I think she's pretty good. I think she's found that tactical gear. She can adapt to the pace situation. But I want to talk about your top pick as we throw up our top selections for this race. And you like Sandy's Surprise, and you feel that of the horses coming out of the Houston Ladies Classic, that's the one you want, not named Martini Glass, who has already come back and won, because she did a lot of work in a race that fell apart.
Yeah, I thought she did. And not only did she do a lot of work, sort of making that first run, putting away the horses that were up on the lead, and that was a race that sort of started falling apart at the end. I think she's the one who collapsed it, and she just got outfinished at the end of that race, but she was 4 wide around the first turn. She was 4 wide around the second turn. She made a big run in that race, and she's just one of those, 4-year-old fillies, now 4-year-old fillies, just turned 4. She's just improving from start to start. As soon as they stretched her out at the end of her 2-year-old year, she improved. I thought she improved as a 3-year-old towards the end of last year as well, and I thought she took another step forward last time. I liked the race she ran last time, Dan. I'm going to give her another chance.
Best thing's the price. She's 12-1 on the morning line. Mike's going to go 5, 1, 3, and 4. I think Actress, if she can stay within range early, has a very good chance of out-kicking these in the lane. I'm also really interested in Blue Prize coming off a little bit of a layoff. I'll probably key most of my plays around the 1 and the 8, and I'm a big fan of Martini Glass, as you know. I'd have to use her somewhere as well. Again, if you're playing this Oaklawn Saturday card from home, please consider DRF Bets. A $150 sign-up bonus can be yours if you sign up to drf.com/join by using the promo code TV150. Approximate post time for the Azeri, 5:32 Central. Good luck.